Wright Street, Hurstville, Unit 31, main bedroom. There's some mould forming in the corners of the building. There's an external crack to the brickwork in this vicinity that should be repaired. Probably not the major contributor. The internal moisture profile to the wall is quite dry. There's no evidence of leak around the cavity flashing. No evidence of leak. It looks more like condensate environmental mould, contributed to primarily from the shower. A very weak exhaust fan. It's not sucking air from the shower and disposing of the steam outside adequately. I'll show you the discharge point in a second. But the moisture profile is fairly low along that wall, although this south wall of the building and this eastern wall would benefit from a clear masonry sealer being applied to the brickwork to minimise any moisture penetration into the cavity. There's spot mould all over the wall from the main and second bedroom. The moisture profile to the walls is very good, although there's spot mould everywhere on that eastern wall and the southern wall and some of the internal walls. There's a little bit of sealing to do around the window frames to stop moisture penetrating the cavity. Nothing major. The window frames block access to the weather shields, so we can only seal around the sills. In the lounge room, mould spots to the entire wall. Moisture profile is fairly good. Moving outside, the cavity flashing and weep holes are above the slab, which is good. I can see the cavity flashing inside the cavity, so that's good. The weep holes are compliant every 1200. There's a bit of brick growth cracking extending up the wall. Cosmetic cracking only. There's been a bit of brick movement and concrete slab cracking in this vicinity that needs to be repaired. The moisture profile of these bricks is slightly elevated under that cracking, should be repaired. So we'd recommend those bricks and concrete slab be repaired. I'd also advocate for this southern wall in particular here to be cleaned and sealed with a clear masonry sealer, and for this eastern wall to be cleaned and sealed with a clear masonry sealer, and then monitor the performance. Inside, the mould should be wiped down with a mould cleaner, preferably painted with a mould inhibitive paint. This unit is always going to be prone to a bit of mould, being on the ground floor and having a southern aspect to the main bedroom. There's the exhaust for the shower, very poor airflow.